We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
23 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Here's Mayfield. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
On 3rd down, Mayfield to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Nifty running by Barkley there on first down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3.
45-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Throwing Jones. He'll get this one to Galladay. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
4-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that will be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now Landry. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And the Browns 1st down.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Browns 3, Giants nothing.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Cody Parkey on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the draw, this is Barkley, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Malik Jackson.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
The ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now left side on the swing pass. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
To Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
He's back to throw here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Jones now going to throw again. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half.
Set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
But
I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Short yardage, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be stopped. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Ball carrier. Nicholas.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get...
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
First and 10 at their own 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
54.
From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
39 yards.
That goes for a gain of 31. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Giants, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Jones on first down. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 3, check 3.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Second and 8 at the 46-yard line.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mayfield down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Intercepted. The Giants take over first and 10.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
The Browns first down.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Fights off the defender, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's third down.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
Browns.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
On the play. Brings up third down.
They run. Chubb. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Mayfield looks to throw, and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Complete to
Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Walker. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Operating from the gun, Jones throwing deep for Galladay, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Chubb. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
27. Giants 6.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. From the gun, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The tackle by
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
56. Mike, 56.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, 1 second.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
Browns.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Not here.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They run it again with Chubb, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The ball carrier.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
On the carry.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Jones now to throw from his end zone. McKinnon here, it's complete. Jones. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Jones from the gun on third down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 17 yards and a Giant first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Jones. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. Now Jones throwing on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. This will be caught at about the 5.
Jones pass.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts.
It's a loss
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
At the 6-yard line.
56.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Touchdown!
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here's Jones operating from the gun. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
37. Giants 14. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
They deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for the Browns, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a